Okay, I will call the Southbury Board of Selectmen meeting, March 20th, regular meeting, March 20th, 2025, to order at 7 PM. If we could have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Jason Van Stone is not with us tonight. Holly is on her way in, my understanding. Do we have any public comments? Do we have any public comments? Do we have any public comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to announcements and correspondence. You have that in your packet. You have your reports from Animal Control, Building Department, and Library. Next up is the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, all in favor of the consent agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. And anyone opposed? And that carries. Bids and procurements. Miscellaneous drainage construction. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
I had a couple discussions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miscellaneous drainage construction?
Yeah, so what you sent out yesterday,
I'm sorry,
yeah, it's on.
it's on? Okay.
Is this the resolve that you're gonna read, where we're going with, some drainage companies, Reliable Excavating, Stone
Correct.
Construction? I'm not really sure why, looking at the spreadsheet, that you're recommending going with Reliable Excavating and not Stone Construction for materials provided by the contractor. Looking at the line items, it looks like overall, Stone is actually offering services for materials by the contractor or materials provided by the town, and it looks like his line items are cheaper than Reliable. And the other question I had,
So this is the recommendation from the Public Works Department, based on the spreadsheets of the bid? These are the spreadsheets that were sent? Did you,
yep,
okay,
I'm
and it's for
looking at-
various types of, it's really kind of like our on-call for the work that's, depending on what's being done, which way we use those contractors based on the bid.
right, but you're recommending that the materials that are provided by the contractor, that the town will be using Reliable Excavating, and the materials provided by the town, you're recommending that the town would use Stone Construction.
Correct, two
The
different
drainage
ones.
crew rental, you're recommending that the town would use HLC Excavating. Just looking at these spreadsheets, I don't know why you'd recommend using HL Excavating for the crew rental. I don't know how many are in their crew number one, but their proposal is a $2,800 daily fee, where WRR has a $3,000 daily fee. But if you look at every individual line item, WRR is cheaper than the HLC Excavating. Those were my only questions.
Jeff, may I?
Go ahead.
So there was a group that got together that discussed these bids and decided on the bids.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Public Works and Dan reviews them, yes.
Okay, so there was a group that got together, reviewed them, and that was their final decision. Just so you know.
I totally understand that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, anybody else? I'll call the vote. All in favor of the recommendation, of the resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? You're a nay? Okay, and it carries. Next up is the turf management. Resolved that the Southbury Board of Selectmen, upon the recommendation of the Director of Public Works, hereby awards a bid of the following miscellaneous drainage construction to the following vendors. Materials provided by the contractor, reliable excavating, materials provided by the town, stone construction, and drainage crew rental of HLC excavating. So I have motion to approve.
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Just, second, okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? And it carries. Purchase firehouse parking lot reconstruction. Resolved that the Southbury Board of Selectmen, upon the recommendation of the Director of Public Works, hereby awards the bid for turf management to Hometown, am I on the right one?
Yeah, you jumped to somewhere.
Oh, turf manage, oh, I jumped one, sorry. Okay. The turf, did we do the turf man?
No, we didn't do turf.
On the firehouse, okay. Turf, okay. Let's do the firehouse. All right, where's the? We're doing turf now, right?
No, we're doing firehouse.
The firehouse. Let me get the right one. Okay. Resolved that the Southbury Board of Selectmen, upon the recommendation of the Director of Public Works, hereby awards the bids for the purchase firehouse parking lot reconstruction to S&S Asphalt Paving of Southbury, Connecticut. Can I have the motion?
Motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And it carries. Would it be okay to take, if there's no objection, approval of the meetings of February 24th, 2025 budget workshop?
Excuse me, point of order. I don't believe you, we did the turf management, Jeff.
Oh, did we not do the turf?
We did jump over
Yes,
it.
sir.
Oh,
He said drainage.
all right, so let's do the turf.
Okay, well, I have a question on that too, so.
You want to do the turf management over again?
Yeah.
Okay, can we have a motion to approve, resolve that the Southbury Board of Selectmen, upon the recommendation of the Director of Public Works, hereby awards the bid for turf management to Hometown Turf of Oxford, Connecticut. Can I have a motion to approve? Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I do have a discussion. Let's see. This company, I tried looking them up online. They were established on the 8th of January of this year. They have no reviews. They are bidding well below the other two bids that came in from Save-A-Tree and True Green. I believe True Green was our last contractor that we had. When you look at the bids, True Green is $10,720, and that's for every park, Settlers, Ballantyne, Community House, Ewald's, Seaman, the Town Complex, and the Public Library. Save-A-Tree's bid was $22,657, and Hometown is $5,770. There's no possible way that they can properly fertilize these parks. Another question I have, can you let me know what the column is for units? Is that per fertilization? It says two units,
Two application.
two applications
Yeah,
of.
two applications.
Of what?
Of the material specified. We buy the material.
So is that just straight fertilizer? Is it an insecticide? Is it a herbicide? Settlers.
I have to trust my Public Works Department to put down the right material. Their parks have been very well maintained. We have a turf management program that's been approved by the Inland Wetlands Commission to incorporate best practices and reviewed by SLR for the proper application. So they're the applicators of the material that's specified?
Okay, well, I disagree that the lawn care is is being done properly. I don't even.
You're saying it's not being done properly?
I don't like the looks and the conditions of the fields that our children are playing on.
I've been told that there's some of the best conditioned fields and better than surrounding towns, so,
May I, Jeff?
yes.
So if you look at True Green and you look at Save a Tree, they're large corporations, companies, whatever you want to call them. And I'm sure they might have inflated their prices because that's why you would pick somebody like that. I say give somebody that put a bid in for a reasonable price that is on his way out and breaking through going through big companies. Maybe they will do a great job. They have a contract, we can hold them to their contract.
Again, we can do whatever you want to do. I just disagree with the cost. I don't think that the lowest bidder is always the best company to go with. And they have no track record. That's all. I mean, that's fine.
I have a question. When they're vetting these vendors, they do reference checks, correct?
Yes, and you're required to have certain licenses to do the application.
Well, if they're
Per the
putting
bid.
down just fertilizer or lime, they don't need a pesticide applicator permit. They could just, anybody could put down fertilizer and lime. The only times a company like this needs a pesticide applicator permit is if they're putting down any type of pesticides.
So if anybody can
Insecticides,
put down
herbicides.
fertilizer and lime, then it doesn't take a lot of qualifications to put down fertilizer and lime, I guess. So, that's the recommendation. I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Anybody opposed? And it passes. Minutes of February 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, and March 6th. Could we take them as one vote?
I don't think so.
We can't?
Well, were we all at all of them? I know I missed one.
Oh, I missed the firehouse? All right. So we're going forward again. Then we have to do I'm sorry. Apologize to the audience watching. Resolved that the Salisbury Board of Selectmen, upon the recommendation of the Director of Public Works, hereby awards the bid for the purchased firehouse parking lot reconstruction to S&S Asphalt Paving of Southbury, Connecticut. Do I have a motion to approve that? Motion to approve. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Is anybody opposed? And it carries. So I guess we need to do the minutes. We will do that by individual, because some people weren't here, some people were.
I missed one.
Okay.
I don't know about others, but I missed one.
That's okay. We'll do it one at a time. Not a big deal. Do I have a motion to approve February 24th, 2025 budget workshop minutes?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor of approval signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Next is February 25th, 2025 budget workshop. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Second. Made and seconded. Any discussion? All,
I'm going to abstain from that one. I haven't been able to watch that one yet.
you have not, so you're, Holly is abstaining, anybody else?
I'm abstaining on that one,
I have
too.
2 abstentions. Are you? I seconded it. You were there? Yeah. Okay, we still have, I think we have, okay, we have three, four. I think we have a quorum, but we can still vote to approve. Ooh, just government stuff. Okay, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, and it carries. Minutes of February 26, 2025 budget workshop. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I'll abstain because I wasn't there.
Were you there? You were there, okay. The rest of us were there? Okay, all right. Okay, all in favor of the approval of the minutes, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And then anyone opposed? And they're approved. Minutes of March 27th, 2025 Budget Workshop minutes. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Tim's over there. Were you all here? I was here. We were all here? Oh, cool. All right. I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And nobody's opposed. Good. We're getting there. Minutes of March 6th, 2025 regular meeting. Can I have a motion to approve? Justin would
Second.
like to second. Nice. Any discussion on those minutes? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Anybody opposed? And it carries. No unfinished business? Under new business, we have Silver Beach lot line revision. Can I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Okay. Second. Justin first and second. Is there any discussion on the motion? Does everybody understand what we're doing? No problem?
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor of the resolution signify by saying aye. Aye. And is there anybody opposed? And that carries. All right, well, that wasn't too bad. All right, now we're down to that selectmen's report. Greater Waterbury Regional Chamber invited me back this year to participate in their mayor's roundtable for their leadership program, Government Day at the Waterbury City Hall. On March 19th, I joined Mayor Perwinski, Mayor Hess, Mayor Chatfield for a panel discussion on municipal government. And that was just a discussion about the types of government, what, from a large city, Connecticut large city, and a Naugatuck, being Waterbury, Naugatuck being a little smaller, and a smaller city of Prospect, and of course, the town of Southbury. I was honored to be there. Purchase orders are beginning to be issued for the Southbury Public Library repairs. We have applied for a state grant in addition to continuing to work with FEMA on our federal application. Things are going well at the temporary library location at Heritage Hotel. Library staff have added more items and displays for browsing, as well as the adult graphic novels and audiobooks on CD. Programming continues with Eat Local Affordability on March 25th and a Tiny Art Show returning in the spring. Head librarian Heather Arnson and library staff are thrilled to see so many of your friendly faces again. The library will be closed for Easter Sunday on April 20th. For more information on hours of operation, services, and programs offered, please see the library website. Out in the business community, Southbury Economic Development Director Kevin Bielmeyer and I have been going out in the business community with the goal of maintaining relationships, listening to our concern, and to any concerns the owners have, and other assistance if needed. Recently, some new businesses have opened in town. J. Crew Factory Outlet, AM Coffee and Company, and soon to come are the revamped Starbucks and new Barnes and Noble. Also, congratulations to Sonia McAndrews, Land Use Administrative Assistant, for passing the Level 2 Casio exam. By passing both Levels 1 and 2, Sonia has completed the requirements for the Administrative Zoning Technician certification. Congratulations, Sonia. The Voices Town Guide. Last week, the town prepared updates for the Voices Town Guide. Keep an eye out for this information guide to navigate town departments and services in Southbury. On March 18th, our Emergency Management Director, Steve Schnell, shared important emergency management information with residents from one of the clusters at Heritage Village. Please remember that preparation is key to helping you in an emergency. Please see the town's emergency management webpage for information on how you can create an emergency plan and an emergency kit to be prepared in an emergency. You know, we've had pretty good things going on lately, And I really would like, people to take a look at that and be prepared, because as we know, we never know when a disaster or an emergency, be prepared. It's been a little time has gone by, a couple months, we all think we're back to blue skies, but it can happen at any time. On Thursday, March 27th, 2025, Southbury Restaurant Week kicks off with a Sip and Savor event at the Timbers Room at the Heritage Hotel and Conference Center. In addition to sampling appetizers and cocktails from over 14 local restaurants, there will be live music by On the Road Again, a raffle benefiting the Southbury Food Bank, and complimentary tastings by Litchfield Distillery. The event is a great way to sample some of the delicious food and creative cocktails from Southbury restaurants. For more information and to purchase tickets, please visit our website. And that's what I've got. Reports from liaisons. Ann?
Yes. You always steal my thunder on the library, thank you very much for that.
It's a library report, sorry.
I have a few things though. We had a meeting on March 12th. Friends of the Library will be having a pop-up sale. They're looking for everyone to come to the Parks and Rec Department, April 11th and 12th, from 9 to 4 p.m. And the 12th is from 9 to 3 p.m. They'll be selling cookbooks and DVDs and all sorts of good stuff. So they would like to have everybody come and pick something up and buy something. They had mentioned that they have a third of what was lost in the library flood collected already through donations from the public. They lost about 100,000 books, so they're looking to get people to donate if they can. And they have a donation center over in Southbury Plaza, right next to the Catalyst Gym. So if you have anything, any kind of books that you don't want anymore, they would be happy to take them. Books, albums, yeah. Yep. Excuse me. They have 30 pallets already, and thanks to Gyro 9, they're letting us store the books for free. So it's a wonderful thing. Some of the things they were talking about when the library reopens. Oh, I'm sorry. But I have a big mouth, so I didn't really need that. They spoke about pods. They're the newest fad, so people can have privacy, make phone calls, have conferences. They went to New Fairfield Library. There's also phone booths that they're looking into. They're meant for privacy, as I said, stationed in the library. They're not outside the library, they're inside. And there's many different companies they're looking at to see if they want to buy the pods. The Heritage location is doing very well. They gave huge accolades to Jeff, Dan, and Blake for their timeless work trying to get this library back in, up and running again, and possible reopening in maybe November? Is that
November.
what they said? Okay, so that was the library. And then we had an EMS meeting, March 18th, which was just this past week. They are doing every year they have to come up with a annual report. They have finalized that, and they will submit that to the Board of Selectmen for the next meeting. They also resumed discussions on their bylaws and have finished those as well. Other than that, LEPAC didn't meet. That will be next month.
Justin?
Economic Development met last night. There was some discussion of what you and Kevin have been doing, running around town, which is great. And there was some discussion of, more discussion of the streetscape holiday lighting potential. Briefly touched on our welcome signs, and that was about it. My other two groups have not met since our last meeting.
Thank you.
I have a question regarding the welcome signs. And maybe I'm out of turn here, my apologies, but, so some of the welcome signs have like old champions, like sports champions on them. I think the one that's over by Southbury, by the Stop and Shop Plaza.
That's owned by the
That's not a
region.
sign we're talking about.
Oh, understood.
These
Okay,
are
thank you
new.
for clarifying.
So
Okay.
they're gonna be at exit 14, and was there one at 15?
Yes, 14.
Yeah, I know we had talked about new ones. I didn't know if it was gonna be replacing in that same.
No,
they're
I
gonna
think
be
we don't
closer
know
off
where
the
the
exit.
15 is
that
gonna
one's
go.
open,
Okay.
owned by the region.
Got it.
They
The
own
one
that
in 14 will go in front of Sacred Heart in some fashion.
Yes, got it.
To your point, though, I did see our public work team working on that sign. the one
Very
you're
good.
talking about, which
Yeah.
is good to see, because
Good.
it needs a little love.
Well, thank you, because I had some questions about where is it and which one and how does that play together? So thank you
Yeah.
for clarifying.
No problem.
We good?
Done.
Perfect. Selectman O'Neill?
Yes, Conservation Commission meets next Thursday, the 27th. Park and Rec Commission has not met since our last meeting. Community Relations Task Force, this did meet this week, and they are planning a roundtable discussion again, they do it yearly, on April 23rd. It's to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, and there's a few keynote speakers, Harold Bailey from Team Westport, and also attorney Wendy Bernard, a local attorney here in town, and the Pomperog High School student Stevie Bennett. So it should be good. It's usually a good discussion every year.
Okay, thank you. Selectman Sullivan?
So the region did meet on the 19th. They are as in the trenches of budget season as we are. So I encourage anybody who's interested to watch the video of that, but there's, it's not like the kind of thing you can totally summarize because it's not finalized and it needs to obviously go to a vote. It's very much in the same status as we're tracking on our end as well. So lots of things to talk about, and especially with the schools, there's lots of needs, so.
Selectman Van Stone is not with us tonight, and we'll look forward to his, I know. That's by Selectman Van Stone will speak when he comes in. We'll talk. Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Like saying that.
I do.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Aye, and we are adjourned.
making fun of
Thank
me?
you.
No, no, no.